thank you everyone for coming back. And thank you for your patience at lunch. So I think we got through lunch. And someone complained about dessert, but there were no brownies, so I hope you understand. So that's okay. So just before I get started, I want to share with you something that is pretty cool to see inside here. So we're fortunate that there was a group here in the past in the back corner there called Industry 4.0. They're a great group with great stuff to show, but they took up all that space. But that was they've moved, so good news for us. But the better news is basically there's a whole Industry 4.0 center just down the hallway. So we have an opportunity for you tomorrow at 3 p.m. to have a tour of it if you're interested in. Now, I just want to roll a short video sharing with you now what that center is about so you get a glimpse. Martin?
Hello, and welcome to SAP's Industry 4.0 Center in our Newtown Square office. My name is Matt Ruff. I'm going to take you on a quick tour of this brand new space that SAP has to offer, where we demonstrate our supply chain solutions working in a real working factory of the future. Follow me in. SAP has this concept of design to operate, which highlights the end-to-end processes that make up a finished product and the life cycle of this product, all the way from the design of its components or the recipe of the ingredients to the planning of production as it makes its way down to the shop floor and then the manufacturing of this finished product. For process industry customers, we have what we call design to consume because it's much more consumer oriented. In our case, we are producing a sports concentrate drink of a variety of different flavors, and this happens over a couple of different steps: weigh and dispense, mixing, intermediate storage, and filling. And we take customers through this end-to-end process. We encourage you guys to book a session with us. And for deeper content on the design to operate pillars, we'll have additional content for you guys to view as well. So with that, thank you for joining me on this tour, and I hope to see you soon.
Are we ready? Yeah, good. Thank you. Hi, I'm Rakesh Gandhi. I lead this Industry 4.0 Center here. So we have the privilege of hosting you all tomorrow at 3 p.m. The key is seeing is believing when it comes to innovation. This is where what you saw is just a small glimpse of how we talk about our connected processes, how we contextualize and enable our company to become intelligent and data-driven. This is what you will see it in action in terms of totally connected business process, right from enterprise layer down to the shop floor, warehouse, what have you, covering the whole design to operate connected processes, right? So welcome for all of you to kind of join us, and there will be a sign-up sheet behind near that parapet. So feel free to sign up so that we know how many folks are coming, and we'll kind of be prepared to execute that way. So Paul, back to you.
Interested, we still have a regular program tomorrow, so this is like another event inside the event from 3 to 4. If you're from different process industries and interested in seeing the tour, it's a cool space with a lot of real equipment in action to kind of show the technology against equipment. So we'll have a sign-up sheet at the back if you're interested. So without further ado, very pleased to welcome Steffen Pietsch for today's session and this thing called BTP. Has anyone heard about it?
Who said no?
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Are you good? Yes? Okay, so I'm the lucky guy who can run the presentation right after lunch. So to avoid that you find a nap here, I suggest that we start with a quick exercise. So may I ask you to stand up, please? Okay, that looks good. Now, your right or your left arm in this position, please. That looks good. Now turn to your neighbor. And we are already half through the exercise. One neighbor, I mean, you can also do it like this, but choose one neighbor. And now 10 seconds, introduce yourself and commit to drink a coffee with that person throughout the conference. Go. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is why you commit to the coffee. Find your seats, please. This is why you commit to the coffee, to continue that conversation, because this is already the first key takeaway of this session. You are here to learn, I assume. And yes, you can learn from what we are telling you here on stage, but you can even more learn from your peers. So this conference is a great opportunity to network, to broaden your network, so make use of it and stick to your commitment and drink a coffee with the person right next to you. So I'm going to talk about BTP strategy and BTP roadmap. This is why I also have to refer to the disclaimer, as we might change our plans at any time. And as you introduce yourself to the one right next to you, I will do as well. So my name is Steffen Pietsch. I'm heading BTP product management at SAP. And for me, and this is no cheap talk, it is a real honor and pleasure to be here with you. In a room full of enterprise architects and related roles. You are the ones that shape the IT landscapes and shape the IT strategy of your companies or your clients if you are a partner. And you thereby determine the capabilities from an IT perspective. This is a crucial role. And I'm really happy to be here with you today and also the next days. And to fulfill your role, you need kind of a North Star, a vision that you are trying to achieve, that gives you a certain direction. But a vision, even though it's a very important and crucial step to success, it is only a first step. A vision without a plan to execute is just a mere dream. And such a plan is a strategy. A strategy how you can make your vision become a reality. And we at SAP, we are crystal clear on our strategy. With SAP BTP, also the one who does not know what BTP is, BTP is a centerpiece of our corporate strategy. And the role that BTP plays in that strategy is one key aspect of this presentation and also our future direction. So I assume that many of you have seen this architecture before, correct? Okay. So BTP is not just a technology provider. Yes, we deliver software, we deliver cloud software, but most important, we deliver best-in-class, industry-specific, end-to-end business processes. And these business processes, you cannot put in a box. They do not start and stop at an application's boundary, but they go across our portfolio. And this is where BTP comes into play. BTP is the foundation of our technology strategy to integrate our portfolio components seamlessly across the end-to-end business processes. So we build new solutions on top of BTP, and we use BTP as the platform to integrate our solutions. This is the first role of BTP. But BTP is not limited to that. BTP is also the platform for you as customers and partners to innovate and to transform. And therefore, BTP comes with 5 key capabilities or areas of capabilities. application development, automation, integration, data and analytics, and AI. And these capabilities help you, in particular for SAP-centric scenarios, to really transform, to innovate, to drive efficiency in your organization. And in particular with the fifth pillar of the BTP, we infuse AI into our portfolio and make it available for you. And we will touch upon these topics in this session here today. BTP is one of the key investment areas for SAP. In 2023 alone, we delivered 976 innovations, which you can find in the Roadmap Explorer across the BTP. So nearly 1,000 innovations. Give me a show of hands, who knows the Roadmap Explorer? Perfect. For those who do not know the Roadmap Explorer yet, I have a link at the end of the presentation. Ask Jewel, yeah. Next level. So, 976. Unfortunately, Paul only allowed me to speak around 40 minutes. So we cannot go through all of them. But I put some of the key innovations together, just to give you an idea of what happened last year. So SAP DataSphere went GA. SAP DataSphere is a data warehouse in the cloud that allows you to build a business data fabric, to combine SAP data with non-SAP data in a governed space. Or generative AI. With the Gen AI Hub, you can benefit from various large language models. Or, in particular, architects often ask me, hey, Steffen, give me more guidance. What is your recommendation? So we published our guidance framework on help.sap.com, the one-stop shop for more information around BTP, where you can find decision guidance, where you can find our methodologies, and a lot more. And part of it is also the developer guidance, how to build an enterprise-ready application on BTP. What are the services that you should use? How to build that application? And a lot more. We have, in total, 23,000 customers live, so productively live, on BTP as of now, steadily increasing. And these customers range from startups, small and medium enterprises, up to multinationals. So 2/3 of the largest companies, of the 100 largest companies, are already on BTP. Same as with the innovations, I cannot go through all of them, but I picked one example. And this example, to frame it, is as of now a POC, but an interesting one, and this is why I chose it to walk us through this POC. And the customer, I think many of you know, AMD, one of the leading silicon and chip manufacturing companies. And as you might guess, they have a very complex supply chain. And they are also part of other supply chains. So if you want to use the chips from AMD, you want to be sure that they are delivered as you ordered and in time. And here is where the problem starts. Through the complex supply chain of AMD, and you all know, and we heard in the opening keynote today about some of the global turbulences, there are oftentimes disruptions that put a certain customer order at risk to be delivered as promised. And the process to identify a root cause of a potential supply chain issue is a very, very manual and effort-prone process. So, what we did together with AMD and a partner, is we built an application, an intelligent application, that is able, given the context, to go through all the dependencies of that supply chain, perform various checks, and then identify the root cause and point the AMD employee to where to fix the problem. And given the data of the POC, AMD calculated a 90% effort reduction in that process. And then you can do the math of the business outcomes of that. And to make this happen, multiple capabilities came together. And let's quickly have a look at it. So first, we built a CAP application on BTP, CAP Cloud Application Programming Model. If you're not familiar with that, I highly recommend making yourself familiar with that programming model. It's really powerful, and you can build applications at lightning speed with that framework. So we used CAP on top of BTP to build the application. Then we needed a connection to the involved backend systems. In particular, S/4HANA, AATP, so available to promise check. That API is not open for everyone, but it is shielded through the API management. The API management is a feature of the integration suite, a BTP capability. With that, you can manage the access to APIs to govern that. And eventually, we made use of the generative AI hub to, for example, generate the answers to the employee, also to generate email. And the result is kind of a chatbot-like tool where the AMD employee can then simply ask, hey, for customer A or for order X, Y, Z, and then the checks are performed and an easy-to-read analysis is presented to the AMD employee. Again, application development, automation, integration, and AI were the parts here. But I think you know this famous quote from Aristotle, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And this is why we are talking about a platform. That you don't have to choose various solutions, then somehow stitch it together, but use the platform with a breadth of capabilities and use it to build use cases, to implement use cases that really help the business. And this leads me to the core of our strategy. So let's focus on what our strategy is. And let me start with a very obvious assessment. We are not alone. So there are multiple platforms out there. And already yesterday at the pre-conference, we had a discussion about other platforms, be it from our hyperscaler friends or other providers out there. So why do you need BTP then? Because BTP is different. And here is how we differentiate. It is the B in BTP. And the B stands for business or business centricity. And let me explain what this term actually means. So when I talk about business centricity, let's look at the outcomes. We are not here for fun. Eventually, we all need to deliver results. And BTP is built to deliver results in SAP-centric scenarios faster. We use at SAP the same platform that you can use for your scenarios, be it, again, extensions, be it an automation, be it an integration, be it an analysis of data, or the use of AI. It is about increased efficiency to deliver the needed results. And while BTP comes with solid technical capabilities, it also provides your business users applications so that the business can benefit from BTP. Now we'll come to that in a second. So business centricity, if we break it down, means first, always on business context. So what does business context mean here? Let me make one example. You can suck out all the data of your S4 system and dump it into a data lake, and then try to run some analysis on this. You can do that. But if you still want to govern the access so that only some users have access to some of the data, and you want to have this consistently with your S4 system, good luck. If you want to analyze the data according to the financial hierarchy of a particular fiscal year, want to understand the dependency of a product to a customer, and do a currency conversion, good luck. You can do this. But back to my initial point, it is about efficiency. If you want to rebuild everything, yes, you can do it. But this is a very, very high effort. And again, BTP is meant for business. If you want to build a solution for autonomous driving for your car, I mean, you can try with BTP, but most probably you will use a different platform. If you want to extend an SAP process, BTP is your first choice. Second, business-friendly experience. We provide solutions that are not only built for IT, but also for your business users. For example, SAP Build Apps, our low-code, no-code solutions. You cannot build a cloud-native application with SAP Build Apps, but you can very efficiently build the last-mile extension. And you can do this as a business user without writing a single line of code. Same if you want to build a workflow or process automation. Or if you want to build your own dashboard, with SAP DataSphere, we provide your business, or you as IT can provide your business a governed space, develop the data models, and then let the business play with the data, build their own dashboard, and not become a bottleneck between the business and the capabilities they need. Additionally, we embed BTP capabilities in our LLB solutions. So what we actually do is that we replace, for example, legacy reporting and analytical capabilities with embedded SAC. So your users are already used to the BTP capabilities that they then can use for the scenarios that you provide to them. And thirdly, again, it is about time to value. BTP is content rich. We provide 3,400 integration flows, APIs, events. We provide SAC ready-made dashboards, content. We provide connectors, even to competitive solutions. Yes, you can start clean paper, you can start from scratch, or you can use the already available content and then just fine-tune it and adjust it to your individual needs. And these differentiators are built on a solid foundation. So the right to play is to provide an enterprise-grade platform. So you shouldn't care about security. And remember, in the cloud, we have a shared responsibility model. So you still have to care for your part, but not for the underlying components. And in this trust center, you can see all the available certificates and compliance certifications, etc. BTP is a scaling platform, again, used by multinationals across the globe. It is a unified platform that you use this one platform in conjunction with all SAP solutions, not a different platform per solution, but one platform, which also means that you have maybe in the beginning a learning curve, but then you see synergies because you have all at your fingertips what you used to extend one LOB solution and can apply it to the other. And finally, openness. Again, BTP is clearly opinionated and optimized for SAP. But we know, and we are fully aware, that all of you use not only SAP, but you have multiple other solutions in place. And BTP is a good citizen in that heterogeneous landscape. We embrace open source technology. We not only use it, but we also contribute significantly to open source. We provide integrations, as I mentioned, with different solutions. For example, in our Business Accelerator app, api.sap.com, if you're not familiar with, make yourself familiar with, you can find connectors to Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, and other solutions. So BTP is the glue around that SAP domain. And with that, let's look into the future, what lies ahead of us for BTP. First, announced at SAP TechEd in Bangalore, SAP Build Code. The application development capabilities come along with a lot of services that help you to build applications. And SAP Build Code now brings together everything that you need in one solution, in one SKU, to really build enterprise-grade applications. And we infuse AI into SAP Build Code to generate code artifacts through a prompt, to generate test data, and also to generate data models. This is not meant to replace any developer, but to increase the efficiency of your development teams. And SAP Build Code is meant for Java, JavaScript in particular. Now you may ask, what about the ABAP developers? And yes, ABAP is not that. ABAP is absolutely strategic for us. So we will provide also for ABAP, for the BTP ABAP environment, AI capabilities to also improve the efficiency of ABAP developers on the platform. And if we move along the capabilities from application development now to automation, guess what? We will also bring in AI into process automation so that you can build process artifacts with a prompt in natural language, again, to improve the efficiency, to shorten time to value. This will become available in Q2 this year. And if we move to the next pillar, integration, you might have heard about Edge Integration Cell. So show me your hands, who knows what is Edge Integration Cell? Okay, so let me explain it. The integration capability of BTP comes with SAP Integration Suite. So this is a public cloud offering. And with that, you can really build enterprise-grade integration scenarios. It supports multiple integration patterns, from process integration through event-based integration, allows you to integrate SAP with SAP, SAP with non-SAP, governmental integration scenarios, and a lot more. Here's the but. It is a public cloud solution, which means that every traffic goes through the internet, even if you have a ground-to-ground or on-premise to on-premise scenario. In some cases, this is completely fine. In other cases, there are data privacy or other regulatory concerns. And for that purpose, we built the Edge Integration Cell. This is a local runtime that you can deploy in your network on certified hardware or appliances. And then you can define the process flow still in the public cloud in the integration suite, but deploy that configuration to the local runtime. And then the actual traffic stays in your network. An Edge integration cell even supports partly offline scenarios. So it survives a couple of hours without internet connectivity. It's not completely air-gapped, but it is the right solution for scenarios where data compliance, data governance is a key requirement, and also for certain edge scenarios. And there is also a dedicated session. If you look in the agenda, highly recommend to attend that session if this is of interest for you. If we move on with the capabilities, let's look into data and analytics. And let's start with the persistency layer. HANA Cloud is our leading database. Now, we announced vector database capabilities. Show me your hand who knows what a vector database capability is, what an embedding is. Okay. So let me try to explain it very briefly. And it is of increasingly importance in the era of AI. Because here, you oftentimes need similarity search. So what does similarity search mean? Let's make a very simple example. Let's take two numbers, 1 and 3. The distance, easy to calculate, right? Let's take two other numbers, 1 and 100. You can also calculate the distance. So you can easily calculate which number are, let's say, closer together. If we do another example and do a similarity comparison of a dog, a cat, and a house, it is not that easy. Easy for a human being, but not that easy for a machine. And what the vector database capabilities do, and what embeddings do, is they translate unstructured data like a text, not only a word, but a text, into a numerical representation, a vector. And then you can calculate the distance between multiple vectors and identify similarities, so which vectors belong to each other. And the use case behind is, for example, if you want to build an application for a Q&A. So you have a question and you want to find the most probable answer, and other similar use cases. This is a very common pattern. Same applies to retrieval augmented generation, where you want to find additional information out of your company's context to use in a prompt, because you don't want to give your corporate information to train a publicly available large language model and thereby make this data accessible for others, but you want to preserve it on your premise or under your control and use it only for a specific prompt. For all these kind of use cases, you need vector DB capabilities, and this is what we offer now, or during Q1 we will go GA with the HANA Cloud. So really important if you want to build AI use cases. And if we stay with the data and analytics pillar, another great innovation is Just Ask. I mentioned business centricity and the ability for business users to use BTP. So not all users are capable to build a technical query, but you can ask a question as a business user. So for example, show me the revenue of product group ABC across North America in the last 12 months. Then Just Ask translates this natural language statement or question into a query, executes it, and presents such kind of charts or results. We'll go GA in Q1. And as I talked a lot about AI, and you might have recognized that we really shift many investments into the space of AI because we truly believe that this will tremendously change the way how we interact with software and how our customers and you can benefit from our software. Let me therefore very quickly explain our business AI approach. So on the one hand side, we developed Joule, which is a digital assistant that is aware of the context the user is in. So if you, in the same Joule interface, ask a question in SuccessFactors or in another application, the Joule knows the context where you're in that particular application. And it also knows about you that you are, for example, a user of that company and can use that information in answering your question. Second is we infuse AI into the business processes. And to be honest, this is nothing that we now start doing. This is already there in certain cases. Just to name some examples, in SuccessFactors, every month we create 4-point-somewhat million learning recommendations for learners based on AI, machine learning. It's not generative AI, it's based on a machine learning model. Or in Concur, to process invoices and other documents, we use our existing AI. All this is live. All this works already. But there is enormous potential in the space of generative AI, which we apply in our business processes so that it is ready to use for you. And then there are cases where you want to build your own intelligent applications. And here the AI foundation comes into play. We also, as SAP, use the AI foundation as an abstraction layer to benefit from multiple large language models, because here it's not one size fits all. Each model has its strengths and weaknesses. So depending on the use case, we use or choose a particular model. And the same you can do. With the AI foundation, you are equipped with a set of tools that you can use to access the models for prompt engineering, for the life cycle, and a lot more. And this is already available, but we are continuously investing, adding new models, adding new capabilities to the AI foundation. Again, we benefit from it as well as you do as a customer or as a partner to build intelligent applications. I won't let you off the hook here without giving you some homework or tips, depending how you hear it or how you read it. So there are some really valuable sources I want to share with you. The first one, most of you know, the Roadmap Explorer. This is really the single source of truth if you want to know what's coming up in the next quarters. It is the most updated source of truth that you can find. Second, the BTP guidance framework I mentioned. The BTP guidance framework is a publicly available website on help.sap.com, and it comprises information for architects, for developers, and for administrators. For example, our methodologies, integration methodology or application extension methodology, really very valuable source, should be one of your bookmarks. As part of it, the developer's guide. If you want to build a CAP application on BTP and want to build it in an enterprise-grade way, here is how you do it. This is the straightforward way how to build an application on BTP. And show me your hands, who knows the Discovery Center? Very good. So for those who don't know the Discovery Center, again, a publicly available website where you can find missions. Missions are actionable use cases that other customers already implemented, so nothing artificial, but really implemented use cases, with a step-by-step guidance how you can apply and implement that use case in your environment. Second, you find reference architectures in the Discovery Center. And you heard this morning in Andre's keynote about the reference architectures already. And thirdly, you find the service catalog. The service catalog comprises all BTP services, including commercial information, on which hyperscalers we provide the service, etc., etc. So really, another bookmark you should have. And 2 weeks ago, we released, and this is of particular importance for this audience, the solution diagram repository. So if you want to build your own solution diagrams, here you can find the icons, how to integrate it with Draw.io, or how to use it with LeanIX, how to use it in PowerPoint, if you want to, and some guidance how to build these solution diagrams. So the key takeaway of this session is really that BTP wears two hats. It is the foundation of our technology strategy and of our portfolio. And it is the business-centric platform for you as customers and as partners to innovate and to transform in the cloud. And the differentiator is the B, that it is really built for business. And normally, I would say thank you very much for your attention. But wait. This morning, I drove the people at the Hilton crazy because I woke up and asked myself, what should you remember after this session? What is easy to memorize? And now tell me, what does an onion and the BTP share? So first, everybody has it, right? That's a good one. But no. It is the layering principle. If you want to memorize one thing, if you should remember one thing out of this presentation, the BTP is the first layer around the SAP domain. If you want to build an extension for an SAP-centric case, BTP is your choice. Same for automation. Same if you want to integrate an SAP solution with anything else, if you want to analyze your data, or if you want to use AI together with SAP data. And yes, we are absolutely open, and you can complement BTP with other services. In our reference architectures, we give even guidance how to complement hyperscaler services together with BTP, etc. But the first layer around the SAP domain is the BTP. Thank you very much.
You folks know the drill, especially after lunch. Though I'll have to have a talk with Steffen about the fake, I'm done, and then he starts again. I'm out there in the hall and going, okay, I'm done. It's like, and I dash down here. Oh, no. Smile, everybody. Down a little lower. Oops. Flag in the onion.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Steffen.
You're welcome. And I'm browsing around, so if you have questions, don't be shy. Just ask me. I will also be out there at the booth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Awesome. Thank you so much.